In 2025, a remote observatory in the Nevada desert picks up something strange, an unnatural signal pulsing faintly from beyond Saturn, a region so distant that it's often described as the edge of our known universe. At first, the signal is dismissed, just background noise, maybe a drifting satellite. But it doesn't fade. It grows stronger, rhythmic, intentional. Then begins the disappearances. A cryptographer in Berlin, a radio technician in Chile, others in Tokyo, all vanished after analyzing the same data. What started as a scientific curiosity is now something far darker, something watching, something waiting, and anyone who listens too closely vanishes. In January 2025, a strange signal was picked up by a space array in the Nevada desert. At first, it seemed like static, but soon stations in Japan, Chile, and Germany confirmed the same signal, coming from somewhere beyond Saturn. The signal pulsed steadily, low and deep. When sound experts cleaned up the noise, they found something eerie underneath. A voice, faint, broken up, but human. After more analysis, the message became clear. "You're not safe." The scientists in the room froze. They tried to figure out where the voice came from. No accent matched, no known code was used. It wasn't Earth-based, and it wasn't just a random glitch. The discovery didn't make big news, but it reached government ears. Within 2 weeks, a secret research team was formed. Space scientists, code experts, language specialists, and defense officials. Their goal? Find out who or what sent the signal, now called the WZ signal. Then something unexpected happened. Dr. Marcella Tran, the lead analyst who first logged the message, vanished. She missed a meeting. Her home in Geneva was empty. No signs of a break-in. Her work devices were wiped clean. Her last login was to a file called WZ Deepfreq Final. Authorities quietly flagged her as missing. It never reached the news. Her team grew nervous. They stopped working alone. Security got tighter. But strange things kept happening. Private servers were hacked, calls were tapped, and it felt like someone or something was watching. Dr. Tran wasn't the only one. 1 week later, Dr. Léo Boudreaux, a cryptography expert from France, disappeared on his way to a secret meeting in Munich. His car was found, his laptop still inside. Security cameras showed him walking into a restroom. He never came out. Before he vanished, he sent a final encrypted message to the team. It said just 2 words: "It's real." That message shook everyone. No one knew exactly what he meant, but it confirmed one thing. The signal wasn't harmless. It had meaning, and maybe intent. With 2 scientists missing, pressure built. Families demanded answers. Officials stayed quiet. Investigators were assigned, but they weren't given full access to the files. Most dropped the case quickly. Meanwhile, rumors spread online. People started linking the WZ signal to other strange space signals, like the WOW signal and the Lorimer burst. But this one felt different. This one reacted. It changed depending on how it was studied. Some thought a secret group was behind it. Others said it might not be human at all. But one theory gained traction fast. The signal was bait, a message cast into deep space, not to warn, but to lure. And those who heard it were never meant to walk away. It started with a leak, encrypted data quietly uploaded to an old university server. It seemed random, like someone wanted it found, but didn't want to be traced. The files looked harmless: numbers, time logs, orbital paths. But hidden in the data was a strange pattern. Too perfect to be natural, too exact to be random. The signals came from near Saturn's orbit. They had been bouncing around for years, disguised as background noise. Some of the locations matched old satellite flybys that weren't officially approved. Then investigators found something even weirder. Parts of the signal used the same type of coded pulses once seen in secret spy networks, ones shut down decades ago. It looked like someone had brought old tech back to hide in plain sight. As they dug deeper, things that didn't seem connected started to line up. An observatory in Chile that went dark after a supposed tech failure. An old deep-sea cable station quietly turned back on. a research grant that was officially shut down in 2019, but was still secretly funding people studying rare wave patterns. One name kept popping up, a genius researcher who was once laughed out of the science world. His work had been rejected and erased from the public record. After that, he vanished, but it looked like he never stopped. He kept working in the shadows, not to help or warn anyone, but maybe to finish something. The more the team studied the signal, the less alien it seemed. The encryption felt personal, like it was built to attract a certain kind of thinker, a trap. Then as the puzzle started coming together, one investigator got an unmarked envelope. No name, no postage. Inside was a single photo, thermal paper showing the WZ signal's frequency, and one handwritten message. They mocked what they couldn't measure. Soon after, the silence feels louder than the signal. Encrypted files start disappearing. One team member's apartment is searched. Nothing stolen, just carefully moved. Another finds his hard drive replaced with a copy no one can unlock. It feels like someone is watching, not to stop them, but to see what they'll do. Then a new piece of the WZ signal is decoded. It forms a shape, Enceladus's South Pole. Not just the spot, but something deep under the ice. A marker, a memory, a vault maybe. One physicist, usually quiet, starts to notice patterns in the math. They match strange papers from years ago, written under a fake name. Back then, no one took them seriously, except one man, a genius who vanished after being rejected and mocked by the scientific world. Now his initials appear in the signal. Before the team can act, Dr. Bell starts a live stream. She looks nervous but determined. She says the signal lines up with solar flare cycles. On purpose. It was planned. Her last words before the feed cuts out. He built this to be heard, but only by the people who silenced him. The stream goes black. Her lab is locked down. No trace of the video. But 36 hours later, a broken backup appears online. Only one frame is clear, a shadow sitting at a desk, screens glowing with numbers and maps, and a single message flashing in red. They had their chance. The breakthrough doesn't come from satellites or spy tools, but from something quiet, a glitch in the WZ signal's timing. One investigator, a former agency engineer written off years ago, notices it. The intervals match a resting human heartbeat. Then coordinates follow, not to space, but to a long-abandoned lab in the Atacama Desert. Hidden beneath sand and silence, the lab is still alive, powered by solar panels, forgotten by everyone but him. Inside, they find a server, damaged but not erased. Its files are raw, audio logs, scattered video, personal notes. Then his face appears, the lead scientist, the one who vanished. He wasn't silenced. He walked away. Years ago, his peers called his theories madness, too radical, too far ahead. But he wasn't angry at the critics. He was angry at his friends, the ones who'd encouraged him in private, then disappeared when the funding vanished, the ones who reused his work under different names, a student he mentored who later joined a panel that publicly discredited him, a colleague who once swore, "I'd never abandon your work," but went silent when the cameras turned on. He built the WZ signal to trick the very system that erased him, a false alarm so convincing the elite couldn't ignore it. While they scrambled, wasting time and power, he slipped into their blind spots, rewriting code, exposing cracks, turning their pride into his cover. But pride always leaves a trace. Just before the server dies, it sends one final signal, an encrypted transmission to a corporate node in Luxembourg. It's a trap, and it works. They find him aboard a ship disguised as a research vessel, drifting in international waters. No weapons, no escape plan. Just a small room lit by old monitors and a single photo taped to the wall. Him, years younger, standing with the same friends who later cut him out. When they arrest him, he doesn't argue. He simply looks at the photo, then at them. "Funny," he says, "they all vanished long before I did." When the rogue scientist was caught, he smiled, calm, almost relieved. His confession shocked everyone. "They erased me, so I became the signal." Betrayed and forgotten, he turned their mockery into a weapon to expose their failure. As for the missing scientists, the truth was darker. Dr. Tran, Dr. Boudreaux, and the others weren't just missing. They were eliminated, not by force but by signal. Each had analyzed the WZ data using a program he designed, thinking it was a decoder. In truth, it was a kill switch, triggering system failures, gas leaks, silent malfunctions, radiation spikes. Accidents on paper, but orchestrated like a music. Each was silenced as the casualties of a genius turned vengeful, erased methodically by the very man they once worked beside. What do you think happened to the signal after it faded? Was it really gone, or is there more to the story? Drop your thoughts and questions in the comments below. If this made your mind race, subscribe, share, and stay tuned. Until next time, this is Mind Unfolded.